Lammas, full moon. August 1st, 2023. Written, directed, and produced by Reverend Dr. Dickie Joe Mullen. Lammas celebrates the first harvest of the year. A loaf of bread is the symbol of the harvest. The Lammas moon is referred to as the Wart plant or Sturgeon moon. It is a time to reflect on the sum total of everything in our past that has shaped our character and life paths. Now, Dr. Mullen will share her wisdom about things associated with the Lammas full moon.
Hello, stargazers. It's a holiday. I'm astrologer and paranormal investigator Dickie Joe Mullen in downtown Orlando, Florida, coming to you with a special full moon update on August the 1st of 2023. And those of you who are interested in metaphysical and spiritual interpretations of the 8 holidays from the Wheel of the Year will know this is Lammas. The Lammas is a word that is translated as loaf mass or bread, and it's a holiday that honors the first harvest of the year. Fruits, vegetables, and flowers that have been growing since the summer solstice are going to be coming to fruition for harvesting and for our enjoyment. Lammas is the halfway point between the summer solstice and the autumn equinox. Very, very powerful holiday. Lu, the Sun King, is starting to die, and there's even a song. This is the death of Lu, the Sun King, that goes with this holiday. And there's a feast in his honor. He's a Celtic god and represents the fading light, and also has a bearing on demonstrating the skills, arts, and crafts that we've been developing since the spring equinox and the summer solstice. The different full moons have names. This is the Wart, W-O-R-T, or plant moon. It's an Old English word for plant. Or the Sturgeon Moon, which relates to a brave fish that was noted for its dramatic ability to bluff in the epic poem Hiawatha. Lammas, August the 1st, the full moon will be full at 2:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so it's proper to worship it, recognize it either on the 31st of July or on August 1st, a few hours after it's actually full. But focusing on the projects that you began at the new moon back on July 17th and how things are materializing can be a good focus as we reach the peak of this activity of this full moon on Lammas. This full moon will be at 9 degrees of Aquarius, 16 minutes. And the Sabian symbol and the symbols of Al and Leo give us the rune of an ancient wall, and it relates to architecture and antiquities and a pleasure in history and archaeology as it relates to our current world. We're all the sum total of everything that's been a part of the past, whether you're a history buff or not, and Lammas can bring that to focus right now. This is the double Uranus decadent of Leo, and it's a time for brainstorming sessions with bright people. The group mind is more intelligent than each of our little individual minds, and working on a common goal for freedom and detachment, new connections, space technology, dare I say electronics and the internet, can all be favored under this full moon. And it is a time for fresh roots and vegetables, fresh flowers to be a part of your world and your reality as we honor the harvest. Venus is making a rare retrograde turn right around this time. The retrograde Venus is the rarest of the retrogrades, and it doesn't get enough attention. It dramatically affects people. It will be retrograde from July 23rd until September 4th. of 2023. During this time period, do not change your relationship status. If you're hitched, stay hitched, at least until after September 4th. And if you're thinking of a marriage or a commitment, just sort of keep it iffy and don't relate to take the final plunge until after it goes direct again if you want to have marital or whatever relationship bliss. Keep things light as far as what you expect from other people. Friendships can go into very stormy time periods under the Venus retrograde. And so if you have a best friend, someone you've always loved, and all of a sudden you look at him or her and think, what am I doing with this person, this friend? Just take a temporary break, because you could change your ideas about whom you want to relate to. And then once a relationship is damaged under a retrograde Venus, usually things are never the same again. So be very, very cautious about that. Also, nobody's taste in art and fashion will agree with anyone else's. If you're giving a formal party and someone shows up in beach sandals or whatever, just welcome them in and say, this is how it is, Venus is retrograde, to yourself at any rate. But good manners and politeness are absolutely essential under the Venus retrograde. It'll be a rough time for people who are ruled by Venus. You Libras and you Tauruses are the two signs ruled by Venus. And just kind of take it easy, coast along, tell yourself this too shall pass, and watch your money. That applies to everybody. It's really easy to spend everything you have on, say, taking off on a world cruise around the world and then arriving home to finding that they've foreclosed on your house or something. So watch out for what you're doing, for risking your finances and your security and your stabilized relationships. It is good for past life regression and understanding past loves. Sometimes we wonder, why was I born into the family that I was born into? Why in the world did I have to go through this first relationship or marriage, whatever? And why do I have the children I have? The Venus retrograde, if you can do some regression work, will help you with that. And again, conservative financial values are important. Mercury will conjoin Mars in Virgo under this full moon at Lammas. It's a good time to focus on health care, and also on the wide trine in Earth is good for anything natural, plants and gardening, and anything earth-oriented. We do have Pluto in Capricorn, Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, and that with the Virgo Mercury-Mars creates a wide grand trine in the earth signs of the zodiac. Opportunities to fix any financial situations that you're in can arise. Jupiter conjoining Uranus can bring a break, some unexpected luck, especially if you should happen to belong to one of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We have Saturn conjoining Neptune in Pisces. This is useful mysticism, and if you happen to be a water sign, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces, this is extremely positive for anything with meditation, a seance, the spirit world, deep involvement with other people on a deeply spiritual soulmate level is very favored at this time. Looking around the signs of the zodiac, just for a kind of a revamping of this, Scorpios, you're going to be thinking a lot about understanding the inner self and also wanting some peace, quiet, and private time. Sagittarians, it's all about money management and values, getting a pay raise for work, for anything to do with your working wage could be a focus. Capricorns, you're going to want some mental stimulation. New ideas, new subjects could interest you. Aquarians, this being the full moon with you and the full moon affecting your fourth house, you could be uncharacteristically sensitive and emotional, and also having a new take on your neighborhood or home or family, real estate, or your roots. Pisces people, very mystical, psychic. Dreams are important to you anyway. Work on some dream analysis during this time period. Aries, new ideas about healthcare and fitness will appeal to you, and or you might adopt a new pet. Tauruses, it's all about new ideas with you with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, growth, and this could affect a team or partnership situation, any type of business or personal partnership. They're usually one and the same with you. And Geminis, you will be looking for deeper truths. You might be looking for metaphors and similes. You might learn some phrases in another language. And you Leos, you could be very focused on how you present yourselves, anything to do with fashion, beauty, your general hairstyle, the way you come across to the world. And with Venus retrograde, remember to work on that. Look on it as part of the journey toward the destination. Again, this is a time to look at how the seeds we've planted, literally in gardens. If you want to look at some beautiful fresh fruits and vegetables, those are some Florida limes on the slide with the green fruits, for example, that I painted in honor of Lammas. Or gathering flowers. If you want to include that around you in order to, if you want to do an altar or meditation focus, to honor this midpoint between the summer solstice and the autumn equinox with appreciation and it's actually a festival of Thanksgiving. Thankful to be here on the right side of the dirt at the very least, at any rate. This is Dickie Jo wishing you a bright and positive Lammas celebration of the full moon in Aquarius on August the 1st of 2023.
Reverend Dr. Dickie Jo Mullen, astrologer, psychic, and parapsychologist. Dr. Mullen provides the following services: astrology, psychic, rune, and tarot card readings, face-to-face and Zoom readings and seances, and webinars and face-to-face presentations. Thank you for watching. Reverend Dr. Dickie Jo Mullen can be contacted at her skymaiden@juno.com email address. She also has a Facebook page, which she invites you to view, and her WordPress site, where she has additional resources.